In the days of war, the person that does not fight is the one that dies first. But by the time they are fighting, sometimes bullet can jam bullet, power can jam power. That is why you must understand the way of war. The Bible speaking in the book of Ephesians 6:18, I think he said prayer is essential, and in this ongoing warfare that you should learn to pray hard and pray long. And I realize that the way of victory in this kingdom is the way of praying, not just only praying, but praying so hard and praying so long that peradventure anytime you see all kinds of calamity go on in your family, you see an equation you cannot be able to equate to X, you cannot find it. You apply this formula, it didn't work. You apply this formula, it didn't work. I bring you an almighty formula. Switch to the realm of the spirit and begin to engage in language in tongues. And oftentimes wake up at night and stand and say, oh God, I may not understand X, I may not understand Z, but I know Kakin Koba, Ikalakikai. Sometimes when you wake up at night and begin to pray, you now realize that the calamity begin to increase. Sometimes the thing begin to increase to discourage you, but by the time you stay so strong, warfare begin to get initiated, and suddenly demons come at night to begin to try to press you. Sometimes the more you pray, the more they come to attack you. But if you remain consistent for a while, they are trying to shut down the process of God. As you continue, the time comes when the bow is given unto you, and at night when they come, you begin to war like a warrior. No giant is born in a day. No generals are made one day. No, it takes a consistency of training. Sometimes you get heated, but I tell you the truth, if you continue and remain consistent, the time comes when you are make a wonder. What I'm trying to let you understand is that it's the pathway in the spirit, and that pathway is the pathway of emancipation, and you can come to a point where you can deliver yourself and deliver your family. That is one of the greatest miracles that can ever happen to you in your life. And you come to the point where yourself is not in bondage, then you look upon your family and you say, Dad, let the demon oppressing his family also go. In the days when David went out, everybody in his family followed. In the days when Joseph went out, everybody in the family followed. What I'm trying to let you understand, every family needs a deliverer. Every family needs a Joseph. Every family needs a Daniel. Every family needs a David. Are you the one who is to come, or should we wait for another? Because the greatest miracle in your family that can one man. If God can bring one man in your family, I'm assuring you, no matter how strong the covenant of darkness, it will not prevail. Because as you initiate the covenant, you also initiate everyone within your lineage. Beyond just receiving a miracle and going away, become the sign, become the wonder. So that in the day when you marry somebody, peradventure you marry a man that in their family people die after 2 years. And when you just marry him, you just give birth to your first child, and you see the harbinger of death just came to harvest his soul. And at night when the man is sleeping and snoring, and suddenly you saw a man with a sickle come to harvest soul, and you wake up as a warrior, and you climb upon the mountains in Shechem, and you say, thus far shall thou go, no more further. Not every woman can wear her regalia and stand as a warrior. But the Bible speaks about Deborah, that there was a time when the highways and the byways were unoccupied because everybody was afraid, and every man began to wear skirt, because at that time women are known by their strength of the excellency of war. And every time a woman rise, she become a man in the spirit. And in that day, Deborah awake unto her responsibility, and she began to judge in Israel. You thought she judged more time, and no, she actually judged the invisible realm. Because there were demonic princes in the land that were horns of authority, resisting the prosperity of the people. A woman rise, and she stood upon her throne and government, and she said, from today I become a sign and a wonder. Israel don't need a miracle again. In the days when God is looking for kingdom warriors, can you rise? Can you rise and say, I am one upon which the Lord can walk upon? Anytime you see falsehood prosper in a region, it's because righteous men do nothing. You say there are so many false prophets. Why about genuine people? I step into the land of Lafia, I cannot find a genuine friend that is not interested in raising the souls of men rather than sleeping around with ladies or try to get the money in their pocket. I realize that we need a long of time to walk upon the flesh of the ministers, because so many of them, their flesh is so strong. And you see, one of the easiest way to deal with the flesh is the protocol of death. The flesh does not understand anything, understand death. If you massage it, it will kill you. One of the only way to die to it is not to try to speak it, no, is to ensure that you stay in the place of prayer. Bible school can't kill your flesh. It will give you knowledge and empower you with wisdom to deceive the body of Christ the more. You will learn so many tactics and strategy how to manipulate men. But if your flesh must die, You must understand how to climb into the mountains of Zion. Say, Moses, meet me upon the mountain top. You don't need to carry food. Come upon the mountain top. There is a food you don't know about. There is a manna in heaven that you can partake of, and you can run with it for many days. You have stayed among the mountains of the climb of the mortal realms, and it's associated with mortal men. You have not seen the strength of the invisible host. He said, come. You thought the famine actually was to punish the people. No, the famine was to teach the prophet that there is a supply in heaven. The famine was actually to teach a prophet that you too need to depend upon God. So by the time he start, he said, as long as the Lord liveth, upon whom I stand, there shall neither be rain nor dew, lack before him too. He came to a point, he began to run, and the Lord said, come, there is a provision you know nothing about. Stand upon this place, and raven will feed you. There is a possibility you don't know about. It looks as though every door is closed, but sometimes you can walk through a closed door and it become an open door, depending on the realm that you stand. You must be able to understand that no door is closed except those that have not paid the price to unlock the seal. Every door is a seal, sealed by beings. Everyone that paid the price stand in the land, and the land hearken unto the voice. This is the region why men stand in the region, and they say the region is hard, and kingdom warriors stand, and it looks as though the whole of the host of heaven is waiting for them. You step into an office, everybody say, everyone that come here die, and you stand. As you stand, the Lord tells you that there's an altar and a covenant here, but as you step into this place, it is broken, and you wonder, how does this thing work? It was because you came one that has already been furnace from a furnace of affliction. Before they stepped those guys into the fire, they have been burning for a long time, so the fire was their normal identity. He said he maketh his angels wings, his ministers are a flame of fire. The degree of the intensity of the fire upon those Hebrew boys was more than the furnace there. If the fire of the affliction of life conquer you, it's because you have not burned enough. After you are born again, my friends, you need to burn. Jesus said, I wish that the fire was burning. I have come to set fire upon the face of the earth. How I wish the fire is burning. I am tired of powerless Christianity. I am tired of compromised Christianity. How many times can you keep on denying Jesus in the name of money, just because you have a boyfriend? Suddenly the calling of God dies. Just because you get married, suddenly you can't wake up at night. Was that how Deborah was? Deborah was married to Labidot, but she dragged Labidot. He became part of the ministerial itinerary. How many of us, our candle lamps that have been shut down? God cannot find witness in a region. When God look upon our thousands as a crowd, he's still looking for one man. When are we going to be replicated? He said, I wish that all the Lord's children are prophets, because there is a capacity that they can bear. But how many of them will climb upon the mountain of Sinai?